Good morning, YouTubers, or afternoon, depending on where you guys are located. This is Mark, and here's a video that I've been wanting to release for some time now. But I actually have everything I need to do the video, and I hope this is a firearm that I've been looking forward to for quite some time, and I hope you guys enjoy this review. This review is going to be more technical, because I want to show some nuances, some of the details, because there's a lot of this information floating around out there, and I just want to share what I have learned. But before we get started, I want to thank you guys for joining the channel. You know the routine. If you like my stuff, you know what you need to do. I'm not going to beg for anything. But what I'm going to show you today is what going from this, which is an HK53. That's what this firearm is going to start out at. To here's the review. HK53. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy the information we're going to go into. This is give you a little bit of background first. So HK, and just for everybody to know, everything is clear, nothing in the gun. I have some mags back here. There's no ammo on the table or anything. It's HK53. Now I've got this configured old school style. So I've got the slim handguard, I've got the initial flash hider, and then I have the concave A3 stock, which my personal preference is I like this stock, and I like this configuration of this firearm. HK53s, from what I understand, there are no real HK53s, meaning made in Germany as an HK53, imported into the US, that are available for personal ownership. There's some in police departments, there's some for SOTs, there's no transferable ones, and there's no real made in Germany HK53s. This is as close as you're going to be able to get to one, because this was built off of a HK92 or 93 host with a HK53 parts kit. And by marrying those two together, you now have a true HK53 inside and out. And I'll show you the internal workings on this and some of the differences between this and a 93 and some of the nuances, because there's been manufacturers that have been making these for a long, long time. But you're going to find that what they've done is they've cut up 93 parts to make some of the HK53 parts. There's some stuff it's correct, it works, but it's not a pure HK. So give me 1 minute to get set up. I'll do the tabletop review and kind of go over some of those nuances. Thanks. Hold on. All right. So here we are. Make sure that the clock's ticking. And all right. Okay. HK53. So just to give everybody an idea of what needs to happen, we'll start with how you create an HK53, and then I'll go into the variances. The back half of this gun, the receiver, is from the HK93. The front end is from an HK53, and the weld here is where they're married together. So the cocking tube is shorter, the barrel's shorter. There's some nuances to the barrel that I'll show you. There's some also change that was made to the back trunnion back here that I'll go over, that the builder did for me. But your HK53, now I do not have a full auto pack in here, so this is just an SEF pack. Has the original 0125 hand grip, which coincides with the original 25 round mag. Okay, and I'll go into the different mags that I have shortly. So there's different configurations that you can make on this. you can put an A2 stock on it. You can put the later hand grip on. You can change out the flash hider to the 4-prong. And I'm going to go over the nuances in this, because here's the original flash hider that came with the parts kit, and you can see that one of the arms is broken off. So this is a G36 current production, or I don't know if they're current, but it's more modern production of the flash hider. They are the exact same length. The only difference, the HK53 is flat across the top, and you can see that the G36 has an angle. So those are the only differences between these, is flat versus the angle. Other than that, the length is exactly the same. Another variation from later on, this has the original HK53 cocking handle, which is a smaller sized rubber cocking handle. It's like a first pattern. The one that comes later on with the 93s is this hard plastic one. So you can see there's a little bit of a size difference between the two. This is from the 93. This is from the 53. Also, the 53 barrel try to get this flash hider off. Come on. You can see teeth in here where the sight tree locks in. Okay, that shows it's a 53 barrel. Now this barrel is also marked 178, which designates that it's got the 1 in 7 twist versus the 1 in 12 twist that the 93 has. And I've also put a number 3 locking piece in this. So the 53 came with the 15. Okay, hopefully that's showing up there. All right. So the 15 is a 65-degree locking piece, which means it unlocks faster than a 3, because a 3 is a 58-degree locking piece. What I found in shooting this with the 15, and again, all this was done with semi-auto fire, the 15 unlocked faster. To me, there was a lot more felt recoil. I put the carrier was actually hitting the buffer in the back, which is fine. It's okay. It wasn't beating it up, but it was actually touching it. When I put the 3 in, it was a much softer shooting. It was still kicking the brass out 10, 12 feet, so I was still getting a good ejection out of it. But it was softer shooting, and the carrier wasn't coming back and hitting the buffer. So I'm leaving the 3 in it for now. I don't shoot full auto. I imagine your rate of fire would be slower with a 3 than it would be with the 15, because the 15 unlocks faster. But so that's the way that I've got this set up. Now give me a second. I'm going to pull the A3 off the back. Actually, I could do that. I'll just do that right now. So the pin is very tight on this, which works for me, because that way I never have to worry about why use a hammer when you can use a wrench, right? Okay, pin comes out. A3 stock comes out. Trigger group. And your carrier. Now, you'll notice On this carrier, dirty as well. Hold on one sec. Here's the carrier from the 93. Here's the carrier from the 53. Now the bolt head's exactly the same. There's no difference in the two. But this is much shorter. What you'll see in some of the 53 kits out there is where they've taken this, they've chopped it, they've welded a piece onto the front to make it a shorter carrier. This is a full auto carrier that came in the 53 parts kit, and the bolt head and everything else on it. Other than that, I mean, everything else is exactly the same on it. You'll also notice one of the differences is the ejector. So here's the 93 ejector. Here's the length of a 53. Okay, see, it's much shorter. Now the 93 works. Okay, don't get me wrong. This ejector works just fine. But when you go to, because the stroke is shorter on this, when you go to put this into the gun, if it has the longer ejector, you have to kind of work the front end and the back, or actually the back end before you put the front end or something like that to get it up in. So one of the first things I did was to change this out to make it the correct ejector for this gun. Let's see, what else? All right, let me go over some of the mag differences real quick. I'll put this back together. It snaps right in. It's always easier for the A3 to get it on if you shorten it so you can start the arms on it first, at least for me. Okay, so this is the third time that I've done this segment on the mags. Hopefully third time's the charm, and I've got all of my stupid shit worked out. So I'm going to go into the mags, but before I do that, one thing I forgot to mention on the initially when I was going over the different stocks and handguards. The 53 the modern style, MP5 style, whatever you want to call this, wide handguard for a 53 is different than what you're going to see on MP5s. So the MP5 handguard stops at the beginning of the trunnion. The 53 comes all the way back almost to the mag well. Matter of fact, you can even see that there's a cutout here to accommodate the mag well. All right. So you're going to see a lot of 53s out there that have the shorter handguard. My OCD required that I had the proper handguard for this, so it would be as close to a factory 53 as you could find. So again, just the different nuances for the handguards. All right, now the mags. The initial mag for the 53 was a 25 rounder, hence the 25 number on the housing. Okay, these are not stamped made in Germany, but they do have a date code. This one's a date code of ID, which is 84, 85, I think, for that mag. And then they have the 30 round painted black ones that state made in Germany. They do have the 556 marking on them, but there's no date code. They just say made in Germany on the side. Again, good solid lock-in. Now, when Zenith was importing their version of the HK53, and then they made the 33K pistol, I don't remember what the naming convention for them was. They had these translucent smoked magazines that are 30 rounds. Prices on these went through the roof. Well, if I'm going to talk prices, I'll go here. Okay. 25 round mags north of $85 a piece from what I've seen. 30 round mags you can get 60, 65 each depending on where you get them or the volume that you want to buy them at. These MKE mags, before MKE started to resell these, I've seen these $100, $150. Now Gun Mag Warehouse, I think, has these for like 30 bucks or something like that. Or they did when I bought mine, I don't know, 6 months ago or something like that. I was curious to see if it was going to work, so I only picked up a couple of them. It does work. However, you do have to tap it in. It doesn't just slide in. Functioned flawlessly, didn't have any issues with it. It's just super tight in the mag well. Now, there's also 40 round mags that you're going to find out there. And I'm not going to go into the drums. I'm not a mag drum guy, so I don't have any of those. But there are 40 round mags out there. These two are interesting because the one that you generally see, or that I've seen, again, personal experience, are these aluminum ones. This one is steel. And this is the only steel one that I've seen. I'm sure there's many of them out there, I just haven't come across them. There are no markings, date codes, or anything on this. And this is more of a greenish black. I don't know if it's a Cerakote or if it's Parkerized or what the deal is. It may be Parkerized. But there's no markings or anything on this. Runs flawlessly in the gun, locks in, there's no issues with it. But well, you can see the color differences right there. If I hold it up with the gun, see it's more of a greenish gray. And then the aluminum one, which I've seen, this one actually has a date code of 1976, June 76. But I don't know if these were HK made or who made the aluminum mags. Again, they lock in, they work fine. If any viewers out there have any information on these mags, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are between the aluminum and the steel and who made them. There's definitely a weight difference between the two. So I could see why they went with aluminum, because this just adds on to more carry weight for you. I don't know if these were made South African use or, I don't know, Indonesia. I don't know where those came from. So anyway, so that does the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you've gotten some information out of it. I like to share information I learn on stuff so everybody has can broaden their knowledge base on items. If I've misstated anything, or if anybody feels that something's incorrect, please, by all means, leave a comment. I'd love to hear it. I'm not saying I'm the know-all on these, but I'm always open to learn more information on myself. The gun runs flawlessly, zero issues with it. I wish I had some better range footage. I've just got a short snippet because I only go to an indoor range, and filming in there sucks. So until I can get out to an outdoor range and do some nice outdoor B footage, that's all I've got right now. You guys know what to do. If you like the videos, please like the channel. I try to answer all comments. So thanks for staying on, and you guys enjoy the hobby. Bye.